Annoying. Okay, there I am. Hello, Siska. Hello, everyone who's here watching the replay. I'm so glad that you have joined me. I'm going to be wearing my glasses and hopefully everything will work smoothly. This is a really powerful workshop that I put together, how to eradicate self-disbelief. And last night while I was sleeping, I actually had this thought come to me. What is the opposite of eradicating self-disbelief? And it's actually how to become the hero of your life's story, right? So make sure you have your pen and your paper, your journal, have your water, be all set. If you have anything to say before I go, I do have the chat open, and let's begin. So welcome. This is the 5-step reality creation blueprint, and you can put this blueprint in anything in your life when you really want to create incredible new results, not just like okay new results. We're talking incredible new results. So first and foremost, I want you to organize your mind and really get clear on what would you like to align with today? What would you really like to align with and accomplish after our time together? So I want you to think about that. When I say organize your mind, I want you just to get in this bubble of presence and really think about what would you like to align with, allow, and accomplish after our time together. What is something that you've been trying to create, but it's just not seeming to align in this reality? And write that down. Just stay connected. Just take that moment to stay connected to that higher source energy and write that down. Now, once you have that, write this down, I want to ask you, the first step in this reality creation blueprint is identity. So how your self-perceived identity is influencing your reality. We're also going to discuss how to identify your self-beliefs and how to override your programmed identity that you're currently walking around with, and then really how to shift this identity. So how your self-perceived identity is influencing your reality. Who do you believe you are in this current reality? So remember, reality creation is about the multiple dimensional possibilities that you can tap into. So you are getting a certain type of results in a certain box. So in that certain box of reality, you are getting you have a current level of belief that's creating that. So who do you believe you are in this? What are some of the stories? And why do you think that you haven't yet accomplished or aligned to the desire you just wrote, right? So just ask yourself, what do you think is there that's not aligning you? What is a belief system? Just write that down. The first one that comes to mind. I'm going to give you a second to write that down. I'm going to put it on a timer, actually. So who do you believe you are in this current reality? Are you a struggling artist? Are you a shy? Are you, who are you? What is the story? And why do you think that you haven't been able to align to the result that you wrote down? Sorry about the dog. It's real life here. So what belief or past story, ask yourself, am I unconsciously recreating that doesn't align to my new identity and the reality that I intend? So this is you asking yourself, what belief or past story am I unconsciously recreating that doesn't align to my new identity and reality that I am intending. Because that's what happens in the disbelief. There's something that's not aligning to the new belief. And it's just a story. And it's being unconsciously recreated. So I want you to take a moment and to feel where that belief and its energy pattern resides within your body. And I want you to speak with that belief. I want you to remember it. I want you to acknowledge it and say thank you and release it. Where is this belief living within you? So it's like a little TV program inside of you that is like replaying, sort of like, imagine that inside of you, you have a projector. And this projector inside of you is emanating a pattern of energy that is creating this belief around you. Is it in your mind? Is it in your heart? Is it in your stomach? Is it in the words that you speak? Now, when you identify where you really feel that this belief and its energy patterns, I want you just to sort of hold that space in your hand. Like if it's, let's say it's in your heart, right? I want you to hold on to it. And I want you to take ownership of that particular energy frequency. Remember it. Be like, okay, I see that belief. Acknowledge it. And then just release it and say thank you. So obviously, reality and us, we are energetic beings. But the thing is as we are energetic beings, our thoughts and our energy are creating these vortices around us. And when you have something so deep inside you that keeps coming up and it's a belief, that means it's a remembered thought pattern. And that's going to make you to lead your actions. So you're really making it conscious right now. And you're going to really see it as like this projector that is inside of you that's emanating a particular story. And like I said, you're just going to say thank you and release it. So later on, when this is over, I really want you to, what you just wrote down about these beliefs, that belief that's holding you in place, I want you to later burn that piece of paper. And while you burn it, I want you to use your imagination, and I want you to see those beliefs transforming into a new reality with the fire. I want you to see, when you burn that piece of paper, I want you to see that all those beliefs, as you let them go, they're just transforming. And as they're transforming from the paper, they're also transforming out of you, right? And so I wrote this on this photo. I'm going to be giving this particular writing, and I want you to put this on a photo, and I want you, if you can, to put it in your house. So you're going to say I, and you're going to state your name. Now decree that I believe, allow, align vibrationally, and experience my desires in my current reality. So let me just repeat this. Reality, on this perspective, reality creation is a quantum field of possibilities. And right now, from the beginning, you said, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is the reality that I'm tuning into, right? So right now, as you are in this workshop, right now, at this moment, this is a new current reality that you're creating. Choice will change time. The second step that I want you to understand in order to eradicate self-disbelief and really become the hero of your life story, really create that life that you love, this is called depolarization. Everything has a polarity, right? your positive, your negative, up and down. Our mind has polarity. Life has polarity. There always is going to be polarity. So let's just get that right now very clear. There's always going to be polarity in your life. So this is where becomes really empowering, because how to use perceived obstacles as opportunities, right? So before I continue, I want to remind you that in reality creation, there is no victim. There's no victims, because if you become a victim, then you are not being a conscious creator. And that's why in that first step, your belief systems are probably belief systems that were created from an outside source in your life, from your family, from situations, etc. So right now you said, okay, I have those beliefs, that's done. Now, how to use these perceived obstacles as opportunity, how to identify the advantage point of your current conflict, and how to neutralize your fears and reverse their polarity to create a positive attraction, right? So right now, I want you to ask yourself, okay? Just take a moment and ask yourself, what is blocking me? What is blocking you? I just want you to connect with that. What is blocking me? And right now, I want you to write down 10 obstacles, fears, excuses, feelings, things that you perceive, believe, and that are allowing to block you from your desired reality. Write them down, 10 obstacles. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that one. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. 10 obstacles, fears, excuses. I want you to just to see these. I want you to see your body, and I want you to see these excuses and these obstacles and these fears as if they're like coming from the inside of you, going out, blocking you. Because in reality creation, they're not really coming from the outside. Everything begins in the inside. So it's a reversed mirror effect, right? So I want you to see these things not coming at you that are blocking you. You're literally creating them and they're blocking you. So even if you want to even do this even more, you can literally take your hands and as if you're taking it from the inside of you and you're asking yourself, what is blocking me? What am I creating that's blocking me? Because these blocks are really only protectors. They're protecting you from the unknown, right? And you are creating a new unknown possibility. Okay. Perfect. Oops. So here's the truth. Truth bomb. You created your obstacles. And that's what's the beautiful part about it, right? So you created these obstacles. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm sure that you're an entrepreneur, right? And here's the thing. Are you making it more difficult for yourself? For some reason, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove by making it more difficult? Do you think you're going to be more worthy? Do you think you're going to be, are you trying to keep yourself on point? Why are you creating these obstacles? Ask yourself, because remember, the obstacles are coming from the inside out, right? They're not coming from the outside in. You're creating them and then they're mirroring back to you. So what is the advantage of these current obstacles? Sorry if you can hear that. Oh, I'm gonna go shut the window. Sorry about that. Someone's starting their wave run up. Okay, so what is the advantage of these current obstacles? In reality creation, there's a thing called advantage point, meaning that in everything difficult, there is an advantage. So these obstacles, these fears, what advantage point are they giving? Did they make you feel stronger? Did they make you try harder? Did they help you to find a certain book? When you acknowledge these advantage points of what has gone on, then you're literally creating a different energy towards these obstacles. They've actually been opportunities. They've been doors that have opened you to where you are right now, currently. So what have you gained from these obstacles? And it's really great to take responsibility and acknowledge them. Because remember, the obstacles are not outside of you. The obstacles were created from within you. So think about it. Think about a current situation you're in where it's like, wow, if I didn't have this going on in my life, what would I be like? You know, and when you think that, what is the opportunity? What are you gaining from this? This is really powerful because the thing is that disbelief is created when you don't believe that you're able because you're not seeing what you want in your current reality. So we start to doubt, right? So it's time to face your fears. See them as shadow aspects of yourself, right? So I want you to list again 10 fears, just 10 fears, just 10 fears you have. Go ahead, write them down. I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to write down 10 fears. The first ones that come to your head: fear of dying alone, fear of failure, fear of ridicule, fear of whatever, fear, write them down. And as you write these fears, I want you to know that I'm holding a space for you, and that even if you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to be creating this incredible vortex of energy around you. And I want you just to see that these fears only live within you or within past energetic patterns that are connected to you from your past. And so what we're doing right now, as you're writing these things, as you're connecting with me in this workshop, I want you just to keep remembering that you're creating new patterns around you. So again, where does a thought come from? Are these fears divine? Are these fears divine? I mean, do you believe that God, divine energy, divine intelligence is giving you these fears? Are these fears a higher perspective, or were they created through man, through the 3D, through conflicts between people, through lower consciousness of other people, through other people manipulating you? So I want you to see that you are this like divine being that's connected to these quantum possibilities, right? And these fears, maybe you discovered, if you wrote them down, they might be really real. And I want you, like I said, to know where you're feeling them in your body, but that's the only place they exist. And they're not divine. Fear is the opposite of love, right? But you have to acknowledge them because they're the shadows of you. They're a part of you, and they're there, and you created them because you believe that they're helping you. You believe that's why it's important to acknowledge how they've helped you. Say thank you, right? So how did or do your fears help you? Right? So I said this a little bit more. I want you to connect with these fears. I want you to connect with these emotions, because if you can perceive them, that means that other people can perceive them. So just like a dog who has been hurt will bark differently when someone comes in the door, it's the same thing. I want you to connect with your fears so that you can perceive them, so that they don't block you anymore, right? Because they're in your frequency. And again, I have to keep reiterating this. Reality creation is different than other personal development programs because it's really dealing with the quantum perspective. And when you're connecting with these fears, you're feeling these fears, they're coming from you. They're this projector of energy, of frequency, of emotions coming out of you. You are putting that into reality, and just like the law of attraction or E equals MC squared, in the infinite field of possibilities, you are creating a quantum possibility with your fears, right? So that's the question. Do you want those fears to be the outcome of your future? Like, let's do this, people. I want you to make a decision, because if you have these fears, you believe them and feel them to be true. They are in your frequency. They're in your coming from within you, going without. They're around you. If you are connecting with them on a daily basis, you are tuning into that quantum possibility. So I want you to ask that question. Do you want those fears to be the outcome of your future? If the answer is no, then write it down. I want you to write a big no over that list of fears. No. Mm-mm. No. Okay. So what is depolarization? It's a shift in electrical charge, right? But you have to acknowledge both of those energies. Otherwise, you're walking around in denial. And when you're in denial, you're not acknowledging it. So you can't use this divine gift of reality creation and of being the conscious creator, right? This is transmutation. Depolarization is the shift in electrical charge. So I want you to imagine that you, in your mind, is like this battery, right? And so what we're going to do right now is I want you to write a list of 10 thoughts, possibilities, and beliefs that are the opposite of your fears. So I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to write that down. And as I do this, as you're writing that, I'm going to give you a minute. I'm sending you high vibrational energy through all time, space, dimensions. Even if you're watching this on the replay, and there's some of you who couldn't show up here live, but you're watching this on the replay. And for whatever reason, if you couldn't show up live, it's because that same energy of resistance is in your way. Okay. A list of 10 thoughts, possibilities, beliefs that are opposite of your fears. So, like again, I'm sending you so much love and high vibrational energy. I want you to really bring these new possibilities, these new beliefs, I want you to really bring that and bring it inside of you. And I want you to imagine that you're putting that in your projector, right? Because reality creation is about creating new slides and creating a new script. So you are creating this new script from within you. Okay? So it's time to really transmute the energy of your fears. And this is actually a picture of a fire it's kind of like a pizza. Pizza with sausage and some weird cheese. No, but it really is a fire. And I took this actually on my birthday. And the crazy thing is I took this on my birthday and I took this picture of this fire in Tulum. There's this beautiful hotel. And I actually went personal story. I went on a date with a guy that I met, super great, amazing guy, and we sat next to this fire on my birthday. And I've been really intending to bring into my reality a really loving relationship. I could read you what I desired, and this man, like really aligns to exactly what I was writing. And next to this fire, there was a full moon with a circle around it, and he asked me to be his girlfriend on my birthday next to this fire. And the crazy thing is that I sat next to this fire 2 times before. I sat next to this fire the last time by myself on Valentine's Day. I went to Valentine's Day, walked on the beach at Tulum. I went to this hotel, and I was really happy to be by myself on Valentine's Day because I just stayed in that energy of love. And on Valentine's Day, I literally was like walking down the beach thinking, love, love. I was just like super love zone. And I literally walked into a party and I stood like next to the dance floor, and this girl looks at me, this beautiful black girl, and she's like, "You can't be standing there looking all diva, you know?" And I was like, "What?" And her name was Love, and she's actually from Africa and has this amazing story. And anyway, but her name was Love. So I was walking down the beach on Valentine's Day, full of love, and so that was the last time I sat next to this fire. And the time before that, I literally sat next to this fire and I kind of broke up with another guy that I was seeing because I didn't like the way he was treating me, and I just let it go. Okay. So my story is that January, I sat next to this fire and I let go of a boyfriend who I knew wasn't really aligned to what I wanted. February, sat next to this fire in love with life and just being in the energy of what I wanted and just letting go of my fears. And in May, I sat next to this fire on an amazing birthday celebration with a new man that I met who asked me to be his girlfriend, like a committed relationship. How freaking awesome is that? So transmute the energy of your fears. So again, I'm going to ask you, it's really important to make sure that you burn now, even that paper where you wrote the no over your fears. So you're going to be burning the paper of those beliefs that you created, and you're going to be burning the paper of the list of your fears that you put a no over. And again, when you burn these, all it is, it's just fire, right? It's just the transmutation of energy. So here we go. We're going to do a little exercise together. I call this the desired outcome method. And literally this photo that I have here as well, I took it when I really began to create more of the reality creation trainings. And this was for the wealthier you. And definitely since I took this photo, I have embodied a whole nother woman. And the story that I just told you about the man that's in my life and the way he treats me and the things that I'm allowing, since I took this photo, I've manifested thousands of dollars. I like to say manifest because it's bringing from the unseen to the seen, right? Attracted, allowed, brought in thousands of dollars, a trip to Miami, new programs, new clients, new sales, new love, right? And because this is a program that I have called The Wealthier You. And it's really based on stepping into that, holding that space of the wealthier you, right? So that's why I chose it for this, your desired outcome method. This is actually a method that is from Jose Silva. And so what I want you to do is I'm going to put my timer on, and we're going to do a quick exercise. So in this exercise, I'm going to explain it really fast. Like I said, this is not an exercise that I created. It's my version of it. I change it a little bit, but it's from Jose Silva. And you're going to be having these 3 different outcomes in your mind. You're going to have your worst case scenario, which is those beliefs that you already identified, you wrote down, you felt them, your fears. We're going to put those in your mind. Then we're going to do another visualization quickly where you're going to be taking actions, right? And I'm going to talk about that in the last step, that are leading you to your desired outcome, the one that you wrote in the beginning. And then on the third step of this visualization, you are going to be experiencing your desired outcome in your mind. Okay, so take a sip of water if you need it. And I want you just to hear my voice. Thank God they're not making noise outside anymore. And I want you to just breathe, and I want you to see the number 3 times. In your mind, I just want you to see the number 3 blinking 3 times. 3. Then I want you to see the number 2 3 times. Then I want you to see the number 1 3 times. And then I just want you to imagine that where you're sitting, there is no roof. Everything, since when you close your eyes, just does become an energetic possibility. Everything around you just disappears. And you are just there, and you are in the divine light of God, of source, of universe, however you want to call it. And it is coming over you, it's coming into you, it's going into your heart. Okay, and so I want you to take your eyes and I want you to put them at the top of your head. I want you to roll them back as if you're looking up. And in this moment, I want you to think about those beliefs. A time that you were crying, a time you were in despair, a time that you were just freaking frustrated and you were, that's it. You are done with this. You are angry, you are mad, you are frustrated. You are fully in self-disbelief. Maybe you're crying, you're on your bed, you're asking God why. I want you to connect with this. And I want you to see it there on the top of your mind. And I want you to feel the emotions of that. I want you to feel those frustrations. Okay? Now, I want you to lower your eyes and I want you to move your eyes to the left side. And now I want you to move your eyes up again. Now I want you to see you from that point of frustration. And even just the fact that you registered for this workshop means that you are taking actions to overcome it. I want you to see opportunities that just popped up, or things that you had an intuitive hit to create, or maybe a new client or a new date or a new idea, or whatever has happened in a positive motion that is creating your ideal outcome. I want you just to see yourself doing these things, doing those actions in your business, creating that energy possibility, becoming that version of you, slowly, every day, consistently moving forward with that belief, with that faith. I want you to feel that. I want you to bring your eyes back down, and I want you to move your eyes to the left. And I want you to bring your eyes up. Just take a nice breath in. And I want you now to see, you can bring your eyes back down. Now I want you to see as much as you can. I want you to see your feet. But I want you to see your feet wearing some new shoes that you just bought because you created more money. And I want you to see yourself living in these new shoes in the outcome that you want to create when this workshop is over. What was that intention that you created? What you're living that. Who are you with? Now, the thing is that I don't want you to see this outside of you. I want you to see it, the perspective is. So that's why I want you to see your feet if you can. I want you to see your legs. In your imagination, see your hands. Maybe you're on your computer. Maybe you're driving your new car. Maybe you're walking into your new home. Maybe you're hugging your new love. Maybe you're going to the ATM and you're taking out $1,000. You're looking at your bank statement and you're seeing more money. I want you to see these things in your hands, and as much as you can, just play with your imagination and live in this moment. And I want you to imagine someone you're saying to them, oh my gosh, it all worked out. Like everything is working out for me. Oh my gosh. And you hug them. Could be whoever's in your life. Who would you tell? Okay, I want you to feel that emotion, connect to that emotion. Okay, now I want you to bring your awareness back into you. I want you to become very settled on where you are. And I'm going to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. Right, isn't that beautiful? So I call that desired outcome method, and that is taking those three worst possibility action and then the greatest possibility. And you can apply this into anything that you want in your life. So let's continue. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, please leave me some feedback about that. And this is something you can practice often. So you're going to be getting some incredibly powerful tools in this workshop. And when I was writing this, I was like, oh my gosh, the attendees of this, pull my ear, because it's like the attendees of this, you guys have, like, I know the technologies that I'm sharing with you and the power that they have. So here is number 3. And that's actually a picture of me on the balcony in Miami. I hadn't been to Miami, in a really long time. I had this vision. I really wanted to go see my mom, and a friend literally bought me a ticket, treated me like a queen. I stayed in their home, let me borrow the car, went to see my mom. She was doing great. It was just such a beautiful day. Like, I could cry. Like, so, so this picture to me is just me really embodying the choices that I made, the way that I knew I wanted to be treated. It really is me embodying that wealthier me in however way it comes, right? So remember, anything that you're getting in gifts, anything that you're getting, compliments, lunch dates, trips, clothes, new clients, cash, count it all. All of it is coming to you. So I want you to stay connected to your highest potential and that infinite intelligence. This is step 3. And we just had a little bit of it where you see that light coming in. You let go, you transmute your energy, you get in the feeling of. Now, in that visualization you just did, what I want you to do to ground in, another technique that you can use is you take your middle finger with your thumb and you tap it together, and you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. And since you just live that, I want you just to tap into that feeling. And I want you to remember this day and remember this feeling. I did this actually when I was in Florence, Italy, and I can do this and I can be right back in Florence, Italy. I was on a photo shoot with a client. I want you to go, if you don't know, I am a branding photographer. So I want you right now, at this moment, remember, you are here with me, Melissa Claire. You are in a reality creation workshop that you said yes to. You showed up either live or you're watching a replay. You are here right now at this moment, and you are in a new reality. You just experienced it. That life track is a possibility. And that is the one that you're going to keep creating more energy in, so it keeps lighting up, right? Because that's what quantum physics is about. There is lots of possibilities, and you are attuning to this one. And right now, as I say this, and you ground this into you, right? You still have your fingers together. Obviously, I don't have my tongue on top of my mouth, but we are calling in that infinite intelligence that makes everything in your reality. That infinite intelligence, as in the book, The Science of Getting Rich, it's that unseen substance which is within everything that creates what you want. So around you, there's this plasma, there's these energetic frequencies, there's these possibilities, right? It's like this unseen material, and it's molding with your thoughts. So we're just going to play a little game. I want you to imagine that you're taking this unseen energy around you, and I want you to become familiar with it and just kind of grab it and mold it and just bring it into your reality. And I want you, as you're here, just to bring it into this ball in front of you. And I want you to feel as if I want you to play with, you are creating an energy ball. And this energy ball is of that divine intelligence. It is that connection to source. It is your ability to take the unseen and create it. And as you understand and you feel the power of your energy, the power of this unseen source, this is why you will become so much more conscious of not allowing yourself to stay in the polarized, undesired frequency, right? You're not going to be negative. You're going to be positive. So I want you to see this ball. Just imagine it. Imagine it's this bubble. Have you ever seen like little kids play with bubbles? Zoe loves to play with bubbles, and she makes these huge bubbles, and they're just glistening with sunlight and colors and pinks. And orbs of different energy. And I just want you to feel this between your hands. And then I want you just to bring this over your head and over your body, and just all of that positive energy, all of that possibilities, all of that divine God that creates you, plasma, energy, beauty, possibilities, just bathe you in that and everything around you. Okay, so that's step number 3. So this is all about connecting, remembering, meditating, visualizing, and feeling it. Connect, remember, meditate, visualize, feel. That is your job. If you want, I don't know where my face is on the replay, but I want you, if you can, take a screenshot of this. Connect, remember, meditate. Also, you are going to have, but this is really important. Okay, so step number 4, decide and intend. I'm going to say that again. I want you to hear what I'm saying. Decide and intend. No excuses. Decision. Not I think I can, maybe I can, I'll try, I'll do my best. No, you're deciding. That's it. Choice collapses possibility. Being is becoming, doing is creating. So there's no wishy-washy here. No wishy-washy. Being is becoming. If you want to be a rose, you must become the rose. Doing is creating. You want to create a masterpiece painting, you have to paint it. Want to write a book, you have to write it. You want to show up for your audience, you have to do it. You want to make more sales, you have to do the sales calls. You want to grow your list, you have to do it. But the doing is the creation process. That is the fun. And that's why in that last one, a visualization is not outside of you. A visualization is not just look at it and, oh yeah, the car and no, it's the doing of it. It's the process. And that's the other great thing about reality creation. The doing is creating. So I want you to always see yourself doing the actions. And if you're enjoying doing the actions, you're enjoying creating your reality. And if your being is becoming, you are becoming and doing, creating, and it's all there in that ball, right? But you have to enjoy the doing. Sorry. Oops. So decide and intend. Decision and indecision are like vinegar and oil, or they don't make good bed paints. Decision and indecision is like gas, brake, gas, brake, gas, brake. Maybe left, right. That's why, like, you know, especially as women, we don't like wishy-washy guys, you know, like don't play with my heart, because it's that polarity. It's that polarity, negative, positive, negative, positive. Open the door, close the door, open the door. Are you doing that to your dreams? Are you doing that to your desires? Do you take 2 steps forward and then doubt yourself and go 2? Like, imagine, I actually wrote this in a post. Imagine if your desire is your couple, right? It's like one day you love your couple, one day you hate them. One day you hug them, one day you push them away, right? That's your desire. You want to create it and see it and feel it and wash it over you and hug it and do it. Being, it's the being. So make a decision, commit, and intend. I can't explain. This is one of the most powerful things. So make a decision. Write a letter of commitment from your current self to your higher self, your future self. So right now, I'm going to give you, on another sheet of paper, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. And I want you now, because these are the type of things, if you have it for later, you might not do it. Right now, I want you to write a letter of commitment from your current you at this day, right now, that you're watching this, listening to this in the live or the replay, to your higher self, that part of you that goes off in dreams, to your future self, that future possibility that we're connecting with. To write a letter of commitment. Let me, an example, I am committed to loving my life. I am committed to taking inspired action. I am committed to waking up early. I am committed to overcoming my fears and reaching out. I am committed to showing up when it doesn't seem like it's exactly how I want it, but I know I am living in the faith. I am committed to my joy. I am committed to becoming wealthy. I am committed to being the highest version of myself. I am committed to believing in myself. I am committed to loving myself. You keep writing. I'm just going to keep bringing. I just want you to, as you write this, just see all of this energy around you, coming around you, this golden vortex of energy, of literally in energy. There's actually a movie that I watched, and you will literally create different colors around you. So as you're writing this commitment, what color does this have? What color is this commitment? Is it yellow? Is it pink? Is it rose color? I want you to believe and see it and feel it around you, right? Because thoughts have vibration, vibrations have color, frequency has temperatures, and that's what creates the color. What does it smell like, right? What scent does this commitment have? What is it? Is it a rose? Is it a cotton candy? Is it a perfume you love? What scent does it have? And if it had emotion, what motion would it be? The ocean? Would it be a going back and forth? Would it be a calm? I want you just to get as connected with this as I'm speaking to you. I want you to become connected with the whole energy of this. Perfect. All right. Give you a couple more seconds. 30 more seconds. 20 more seconds. And when you finish this letter, you have 15 more seconds. I want you to say, and so it is. Okay, 5 more. Beautiful, right? And so it is, and sign your name. Kiss the paper. You just made a commitment. Congratulations. Woo! You just made a commitment to your dreams and to your higher self. Woohoo! Yeah, decision. All right. So let's keep moving on. There's a lot in this workshop, but here it is, intention. Now, the power of intention is actually something I learned from an author that I love. And he talks about reality creation, and you're not going to believe it. I don't know the name of Frederick Dodson. Intention. So right now, really fast, really quick, let's not lose any time on this one. I want you to write down an intention. I am allowing blank, blank, blank into my life right now. I am allowing $15,000 monthly with ease and flow in my life right now. I am allowing whatever. I am intending, and I intend and allow incredible love into my life right now. And so I'll let you write this, and then I'll explain. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Intention. Intention. Intending. I intend. I allow. I am intending. 10 more seconds. 5 more. Beautiful. Now, this intention, you can write it on your mirror, you can put it in your car, you can put it on your phone, you can put reminders, say it as much as you can. I'm going to tell you, this intention, when you create an intention, is freaking powerful. And I like to think of an intention, it's like your raft on that river of flow, right? Your intention is what's going to hold you and protect you. It can be a boat. I always see myself sort of like laying on this really beautiful flowy river that's taking me through this beautiful journey of where my destination is, right? And so that's part of your journey. Your intention is much different than a goal, because a goal separates you. Your intention is the living from, it's the energetic space that you are claiming, right? You are claiming this space. It's like a container. An intention is like this, it's like this container of what you desire. And I want you really to repeat this intention, understand this intention, use it. An intention is very powerful. Now, here's the only thing about intention. Only one intention at a time, the biggest intention, right? Which is interesting because I had two intentions going on. And the thing is, it's like you might have things that come into your life more easily. So I would pick what you really want to create in the beginning, but what is something that you really need more help with, right? I want you to choose that intention, like meaning you need yourself, you need the universe and everything to really make that one. Is it more money? Is it $25,000 a month? Is it 10 new clients? Is it that clear intention? I clearly intend a brand new house, my perfect house that I move in with, my whatever, your intention. Got it? Okay. So we're going to do another exercise. We're going to do a quantum jump. And this is something that I learned a couple years ago from Bruce Goldman. A lot of quantum physicists talk about quantum jumping. Like I said to you, right now it's 11:11 where I'm at. So let's begin this quantum jump. So I want you to take some deep breaths in. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. We're going to do 5 breaths like that. Okay. Now, a quantum jump, what is it? It's literally you are going to create an energetic jump, and I'm going to guide you where you are going to see yourself sort of like jumping energetically from where you are now into that quantum possibility, right? So imagine there's like this, like a motherboard of energy of a computer, and there's these different, or like a ping pong table, and you're going to bing, you're going to light up another possibility, and you're going to quantum jump into that, right? So like I said, this is all based on quantum physics. Reality creation is really that. So a quantum jump is just that. So here we go. So 5 deep breaths in, out. I want you to shake your hands around. And now I want you to allow yourself to do this. So you have to really say, okay, I allow myself to play in my imagination. I'm going to do a quantum jump into the possibility of my next highest potential, into the highest potential that my soul wants me to align with, this higher version of me, this wealthier version of me, this healthier version of me, this version of me that where everything that I desire comes into my alignment with more ease and flow. I am here now. The more that I have, the more I can give, the more that I give, the more that I can create, the more that I can create. I keep the cycle of life and abundance in my field at all times. So I want you to imagine that in front of you, there is a corridor. And at the end of the corridor, there is a door. So I want you just to see yourself. I want you to see your feet in those new shoes walking down this corridor. And I want you to see your feet and feel your feet. And it's stepping down this corridor. And I want you to see a door. And I want you to see your hand grabbing the knob. And I want you to open up the door. And I want you, when you open the door moves in. And I want you to see that through that, you are going to either jump or just walk. I want you to jump or walk through this door of quantum possibilities. And as you are, I just want you to see and use as much as you can your imagination. I want you to see and where you are landing. You can be landing in a part of your life now. You can land in a future potential. You can land anywhere you want, but I want you just to see yourself landing somewhere in the quantum realm of possibilities, in a realm where you will be more aligned energetically to this newer version of you. And remember, time is simultaneous. So this could be a past memory that you have where you are more of that energy of you were, or it's a future potential, or it's just a new place in your imagination. I want you to see yourself in this quantum possibility. I want you to see any details. Do you see anything around you? Now, I want you to look over and I want you to see that version of you. And I want you to walk over to that version of you. I want you to see your shoes. I want you to see you walk over to another version of you. The version of you that already has everything that you desire to create. The version of you that has accomplished what you are intending, what you've committed to. And I want you, if you can, I want you just to jump into their body. Jump into that quantum perspective. And I want you to look at your hands, and I want you to just use your imagination that you jumped into this you. And I want you to make a decision from this quantum perspective. A decision, an action step, a decision that will bring you to even more results if you want. What would this version of you be doing today to become more of what you are stepping into? All right, beautiful. Now, I want you just to say thank you to your higher version. I want you to jump out of it. And I want you to walk back. I want you to imagine you're going back to the door. I want you to open the door up, walk through the doorway, shut the door, walk back through the corridor, come back. And I want you to sit back down in your seat. I want you to become very grounded where you are, right? I don't want you to be wooing around, right? It's really important. Any of these quantum works that we do, that you become very present in the now. Okay, so before I ask you to open your eyes, I want you to become very aligned to your now, very, very aware of your surroundings, very aware of the you, the consciousness within you, the consciousness inside of you. I want you to see how there is a consciousness, there is observer in your reality, and there's also that imagination, and there's different perspectives. You are living your life from an observer perspective. And now when you open your eyes, you're literally going to be, you are going to declare that you are going to be a new observer of your reality, right? So from this new observer, you are going to be picking up on more new opportunities, and you're going to believe in them so much that you can create them. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to declare, I am a new observer of my reality. I see my reality sees me. Everything is always working out to my advantage. Everything in my reality is aligning to my advantage. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. That is one type of quantum jumping. I'm gonna give you a little moment to take a breath, and I want to give you a little moment, just 2 minutes, to write down what you saw, what you felt, what you experienced. Go ahead and start writing that down. And I will give you 2 minutes. There you go. And as you write that down, I'm just going to be speaking to you and holding a space of energy. I know there's going to be a lot of people watching this on the replay. And I want you to know, through all time, space, and dimensions, anything that I'm saying, any space that we're holding and creating this, as you're writing this, I want you to know that collectively, you are choosing that for a reason, that your soul has chosen that your higher self has chosen that. And you're doing such a good job. So just write down what you experienced, really become evolved with what you experienced. You have 1 more minute. I hope my dog doesn't bark. What did you feel? What did you see? What do you know now that you didn't know before? Anything that comes up. All right, so you have 30 more seconds. $15. And when you're finished writing this, if you want to like make a little symbol, a drawing, a smiley face, a heart, a flower, something that's like a symbol for you, that really represents and aligns you even more quickly, right, to that quantum potential. So we have 5 more seconds. All right, and there it is. Amazing. So this particular piece of paper, I definitely don't want you to burn it. I want you to keep it close to you. And if you practice this quantum jump again, On the replay, you will be getting different sections, so you can actually practice this again and keep notes and see how it changes. All right, so let's continue. This is step number 5, and this is called energy in motion. Now, like I said to you, energy is the most important piece, because you can think about it, you can become it, you can imagine it, you can say it, you can intend it, you can decide it, you can commit to it, you can burn papers, you can do all the metaphysical, right? But we live in a physical reality, and I'm sure what you are intending needs to come and materialize in your material life, in the world. And so when you are in motion, energy in motion is the action of, right? So that is the important part. That is your life. That is your creation. That is it. That is consistency. Okay, so take action in the ideal state of mind. Take action, show up, and do what is required in the energy of the new outcome. Take the actions as the new identity you choose and intend. Right? So the other day I caught myself feeling like a victim. And I was like, I felt it inside of me. That victim of whatever I was in my past, or I felt bad for, or I have guilt for, or those fears. That's why it's so important to recognize them. Because if you find yourself in that state of mind, in that energy frequency, you have to shift it. Now you have the tools. You got to shift the shit. You got to shift out of that, because because it's an energetic possibility, right? It's a law of attraction, quantum possibility, go in the energy of. Dr. Joe Dispenza, connect to the realm of possibilities, right? So you need to be in that energy of it. That's why it's so important to know and to be aware of the fears. And so take action from that. You have to be diligent. Get in that state of being and take the action. There's no space for victims here. There's no space of being a victim of your reality, because you created it. You've acknowledged it. Thank you. I see the advantage. I see my fear. Thank you. I let it go. Let's get to work. Take action, right? Consistency and persistency. Consistency creates. Consistent action it's like somatics, if you could see when you pound your hand, it's like you throw a pebble into a flat thing of water, it creates ripples. So consistency creates uniformity in the field of energy around you, right? So it's like, boom, you consistently take those actions, they create the ripples around you. Ripple around you, right? Consistency creates uniformity in the field of energy around you. I'm repeating it because I want you really to feel it. We're not taught to understand that we are energetic beings. You have an electromagnetic field around you. Now that you've been doing these meditations, around 15 feet, like 8 meters. That is huge. So you literally have this waveform around you. And the more you learn how to play with it, play with that ball of energy, bring into it, jump to the quantum perspective, bring it back to you, embody it, ground it, hold it in, feel it, connect with it. That is what you are putting in motion, right? And that is the field you're creating around you. Consistent action is creating waves of unified information in the direction of your desired outcome. Consistency and persistency. Every day you take action. Every day. Nothing is built in boom. Nothing. Babies take time. Bamboo takes time. Seeds take time. Every seed takes time, right? The only difference about this seed is you're not just planting it and letting it grow. You are watering it. You're praying for it. It's being created, and you are working on it. So connect and create a virtual experience with your desired outcome. So we've been practicing this a lot. It's not about seeing. That's why most affirmations, visualizations, don't work because you're seeing it from an outside perspective, something that's outside of you, right? If you want a new car, you don't just see the car there. You imagine yourself in that car, opening up the door, grabbing the handle, looking in the rearview mirror, looking at your sweetie. You know, you want more sales. You see yourself going into your computer, opening up your bank, seeing more sales. You see your phone, you pick it up, you imagine it. You see it getting bing, new sale. Like you create a virtual experience with that outcome. And you take action. So you are creating a virtual experience. You see yourself, for example, me, I'm doing this workshop. This is aligned to what I'm creating in my business, in my company. I love doing workshops. We're going to do more of these. This is going to be, I already see it. I see myself doing more workshops. I see how I'm going to be teaching and creating, and I'm doing it, right? If this didn't work when I'm teaching you, I wouldn't be here right now. If this didn't work, I wouldn't, like, think about what do you do easily on a consistent basis that works for you? What are you really good at? Like, you know, maybe you're really beautiful, maybe you're really fashionable, maybe you're really good at decorating. It comes easy. So make it easy. Don't make it difficult. Take action with ease and flow. I intend, I create, I'm allowing, I'm aligning with. Make it fun. This is your life, right? Feel it, see it, create a three-dimensional movie in your imagination. See yourself taking the actions that lead you to your desired fulfillment. And so I want you to write down action steps. I didn't put this here. This is actually the last slide, but I want you to write down really fast before we end this. I want you to write down action steps, 10 action steps, 10 consistency action steps you can take. Inspired action. And you know, the funny thing is that the only thing that's blocked you from not attaining or allowing is probably the lack of action towards, because of a belief that doesn't see why you should take the action, right? It's like if you're really heavy and you go to the gym and you don't see the results right away, like, well, I'm never going to be thin, right? You go on a bunch of dates, you never meet the guy you love. Oh, I'm never going to meet him. Which I want to just say also with that, while you write down your 10 things, the man that I met was my first ever Tinder date. So it was like I hit the lottery on the first pull. Imagine that. And I was very clear. I was very clear, and I lived in that every day. Neville Goddard talks about living in the end result, right? Living as the wish fulfilled, taking action from the wish fulfilled, being in the wish fulfilled in your present moment. Because why not? It's just, why not? Because when that comes to you, when your desired outcomes comes to you, you want to be feeling freaking good about it, right? You want to show up and be loving. You want to show up and be empowered for your clients. You want to show up whenever you're trying to attend. You want to show up confidently, courageously in that energy of what you're living already, because you're going to have to live that once you create it. It's not like you just create it and then it's gone. There's that responsibility of maintaining that energy frequency, being it, right? So keep faking it till you become it, until it aligns. So this last slide, first and foremost, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you wrote down the 10 action steps. You have your letter of commitment. I just want to go over you really quick, the reality creation blueprint, right? I'm going to be sending it to you this as well. You're going to be getting it later in an email. This is it, right? Organize your mind. What do you want? What do you want? What's going on? Organize your mind. An organized mind is creating unity in the field, right? Your identity. Everything's about self-identity, right? So we're talking about identity shifts, shifting your identity. Currently, you're in an identity. Maybe you have a certain car and you see yourself as someone who makes that amount of money, and I always attract this type of person, and I only attract these type of clients, and I only this or only that. Okay, great. You're shifting your identity. Who is that new you, right? Then we did a depolarization and acknowledging of fears. And then you did the visualization of the different outcomes. Then you stay connected to that higher source of intelligence, right? You bring in the light, you expand your energy, you intend, you meditate, you visualize, you allow, you stay in that higher realm of intelligence. You decided and you intended. You made a decision. No more bullshit. You wrote a letter of intention. Then we did a quantum jump. You connected with that other version of you that has created that intention, that has stayed committed to that decision, right? Now, action, you understand persistency and consistency. Those actions, you're creating them from the newer version of you. And this is what you do. And this will eradicate self-doubt. This will eradicate self-doubt. This will help you to become the hero of your life story. Eradicate self-doubt. Know, feel, intend, decide, imagine, use your senses, use your God-given gifts, all right? So right now, I'm gonna open up here and I'm going to see, let's see, Siska asked to unmute. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Good.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Melissa.
How did you like that?
Brilliant. I really like that. I really like that. And my most powerful learning was to see the transactions coming into my account, to see the checks with a number written on, with my name on it, just to see it,
And did you see yourself taking the actions that created that possibility?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what's even more important, right? So like you can see the things coming to you, but those are kind of like, why did they come to you? I think that what I would like for you to do is really get into that. Why are these coming to me? Because I showed up more continuously, because I made more, like you don't have to be specific, right? But like, because you allowed it, right? Or because you intend, like, and also see the action steps. Does that make sense?
I often on calls, people say that, you've got to see it, but I just never really I haven't done that for ages. And that seems to be a great link now for me to visualize that more, put it on my wall, and then taking the action steps will come along. But that's the most powerful image, that it feels good, that it's.
And how do you see them? Are they like flying around you? Are they in your account?
I get the notification that they're coming into my account, and also I see one check, I see check, I see messages, and it just feels good. It's not that it's super big deal
too, because remember, in marketing and messaging, it's that consistency and persistency. And it's continuously showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up. And remember, it's a busy world out there, right?
Yeah.
So just like in this, more people sign up, but they can't show up. And I know that more people are going to buy the replay. More people buy on the last day. That's why the sense of urgency is so important. But the thing is not to take it personally, because you are so connected. You are so in belief. Okay, so I guess I want to ask you, how much do you believe that that's a possible? How much do you really believe that?
Increasingly. I mean, I've also I've manifested something absolutely incredible also into my life the last 2 weeks, you know. It's absolutely
Yay.
beautiful, really beautiful.
So it's just that
And
constant belief, right?
yeah,
It's just that constant going back and believing, but belief is an energetic pattern.
yeah, absolutely.
Well,
And
awesome. Do you have any other questions or anything, other takeaways?
I think that's, if I'll go over it again, and then I'll send you a message if I have a question, Melissa.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, that was great.
Awesome. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah,
Thank you, darling.
you're welcome.
That was great.
So I'm gonna go actually on a yacht right now. So
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going to, yeah, that was a nice gift that actually showed up in my life. So I'm going to